Sherlock Holmes may well be the most iconic detective in all of fiction, so it should come as no surprise that he's been interpreted in a myriad of ways. He's been portrayed classically, he's been placed in modern settings multiple times, he's been set in the far future, he's been portrayed as a dog, he's been portrayed as a mouse, he's been portrayed as a dog. But in perusing the shelves of my vault, I've uncovered a film that asked the question, what if Sherlock Holmes were a buffoon? And Dr. John Watson were the genius detective? The movie begins with esteemed detective Sherlock Holmes foiling a museum robbery. Aided by Dr. John Watson, his deft apprehension of the thief puts another criminal in the custody of Scotland Yard and gives the citizens of England an exciting news story. But what nobody knows is that it's all part of an elaborate performance. The detective is actually washed-up actor Reginald Kincaid, and Sherlock Holmes is the invention of the investigative mastermind John Watson. The two men have been solving cases under an agreement that allows Kincaid to distract the public, while Watson unravels mysteries from the background. Unfortunately, this agreement has stretched the patience of both parties to the breaking point. Kincaid has grown more and more stressed by Watson's demands and expectations, and the good doctor has gotten tired of covering for Kincaid's bumbling behavior. The two men are ready to call it quits, but an emergency case, with the nation's economy on the line, forces them to push through their differences for one more job. You know, I can enjoy a ribald joke or some slapstick comedy as much as the next undead penitent warlord, but I do love it so much when there's genuine wit behind the humor. Luckily, Without a Clue has clever comedy in abundance. Parodies all too often fall back on the crutch of vulgar jokes and empty references, but this movie is filled with passion for the source material and the intelligence to poke fun at it. Affectionately, of course. Many elements of the Sherlock Holmes lore are integrated into the story, but they're all given a playful spin to fit the movie's jovial tone. Props and environments are masterfully crafted and provide ample opportunity for visual gags. Dialogue is sharp, packed with dry humor and quick one-liners, and delivered perfectly. It's wrapped together so well that even if you're not familiar with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's books, you can still love the movie as a standalone work. And as brilliant as the script is, it's elevated further by the masterful performance of the cast. It's a solid ensemble all around, and they all deserve accolades for bringing the characters to life. It's also amusing to see Paul Freeman in the villain's role once again. The man has a real knack for playing refined scoundrels. But it's the chemistry between Michael Caine and Ben Kingsley that serves as the heart of this story. Both men are seasoned actors, and it's a delight to watch them play off of each other. Caine's talent for comedy is on full display as the fake Sherlock Holmes. A man who can play his part reliably, but is helpless when he's forced to act on his own. And Kingsley fits the role of Watson like a glove. A deductive genius whose talent for embellishment has ironically rendered him unbelievable as the true mastermind of the duo. Each man has talents the other must rely on, and their development from allies who can't stand each other to respected, genuine friends is the backbone of the narrative. Without a Clue may be a more obscure interpretation of Doyle's work, but it's still been released in multiple formats, and all of those formats are readily available at reasonable prices. A good thing, too. Whether you're a devoted fan of Holmes and Watson's adventures or merely a casual viewer, this movie is a worthy addition to your shelf. It's a fine piece of cinema that deserves a great deal more recognition for its brilliant performances and sharp-witted humor.